Kijo here. Counsel Kijo. Inspire YG is a page. It's a page, Inspire YG, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram as well. Today I thought I'd jump on here, and I always like to say what motivates me to jump on and choose a topic that I want to talk about. Today's topic was inspired by a friend. Now I can call her a friend, someone that I met on this space here. She is Purity. So Purity, thanks for inspiring today's video. And Purity asked me a question on a video that I had done previously, and she asked me to share. So she said, share your educational journey in Australia, both college and uni. So I did something called, oh sorry, just moved my camera there. I did something called Pathway. So I will probably be checking a couple of my dot points that I had written just to make sure that I don't forget anything. I came here through something called Pathway. So Pathway is it's a system. I don't know what to call it. Maybe it's a system, or it's a structure, or it's a plan that is organized. It's almost like a college and a uni collaborating together, so that students can be able to, study or do a course at uni for maybe a shorter duration of time, as opposed to going to uni directly. Pathway works well for international students, especially because there are advantages of being in a college as much as there are advantages of being in uni. Now, I will share maybe a little, just a bit of my story in terms of like how I transitioned from college to uni. So coming from Kenya, I was coming to TAFE Institute. So TAFE is like, I guess, and I know in the US it's different, because I know they call universities colleges, but in Australia, TAFE is like that one. It's like it's more or less vocational. So it's where you you would do things like certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas. Where now they have advanced, I know they're doing some degree courses at TAFE as well. So I'm just sharing my journey, because I know so many things have changed. In Australia, things or institutions change rapidly. So when I joined TAFE, I came down here to do, so that I had two letters of offer. I had letter of offer from TAFE Institute, so Ultimo, and I also had a letter of offer from ACU, which is Australian Catholic University. So the idea is I was to come here, study at TAFE, finish, and then get credits. So if you do a course, let's say for instance, in my case, I was doing business administration. So I actually did certificate for, I did a diploma, then I did an advanced diploma. So I was going to uni, to Australian Catholic University. I was getting credits, and I was going directly to second year. So I would only have done 2 years of uni. Now my case is different, because I actually changed my course. Now I'll put a video up here towards the end of this video, where I share how I changed my course and that transition of how you can change from one course to another in case you change your mind, right? So just give me a minute. I'll probably just sorry. I will turn off my internet so that I'm not disrupted. So what I was saying was, I will link up the video up there so that you can follow that if you want to see how you can change from one course to another. But on this video, I'm specifically talking about pathways, so transitioning from college to uni. So the difference between all the advantages I found from both institutions is, my experience with college is that it's less expensive. That doesn't mean it's not expensive because expensive is relative. and it's also subjective. It depends on what you say it's expensive. To some people, $4,000 is not expensive. To some people, $4,000 is a lot of money. So I was paying around just there about $4,000 or thereabouts per semester at college, and no, at TAFE, and but then if I compare that with uni, so at TAFE, what I was paying for a semester, in uni, that's just school, that's just tuition fee for only 2 subjects. So you can see how uni was 3 times or even 4 times more expensive than college. So if you are doing pathway, you end up saving a lot of money, because I don't want to say that the quality of education is different. I don't think so. The lecturers you find at uni or the lecturers you find at TAFE, yeah, the ones you find at uni might be professors and might have like I don't know, they might have like advanced kind of study, but for me, my experience was, obviously majority of them were Australians. I didn't see so much difference. If anything, I actually related so much with the ones who were in college than I did with most who were at uni, which is quite fascinating, the topic of another day. But yeah, the units, it was less expensive, so I didn't have so much hassle, and my parents didn't have to hassle as much as well to support me. Now, also, I found that the subjects or the units used to spread out throughout the week, so I could have a class on Monday and Tuesday, and then I don't have a class from Wednesday up to next week. Or sometimes there was one semester where I would have classes only 2 days or only 3 days or 2 days and a half, and then the rest of the week I'm free. So that meant I had more time to socialize. I had more time to do part-time work. I had more time to do the things that I like, enjoy myself, travel. I just had time, for lack of a better word. And then I could do more jobs as well. Because I had a lot of time in my hands. So I found college, I wrote lesser workload. So assessments were not as tough, and I don't know what tough even means. I just mean that it wasn't too taxing. I don't know. Assignments were easy for me. We were doing budgeting, we were doing profit and loss, and I mean, I had a background in business back in Kenya, so it was so easy, an easy transition for me. I was just relating so much to the teachers, I don't know, it was just easy. It was easy life for me at college than obviously compared to uni. So internships, they were fun, they were very practical, and I think that if you look at TAFE, if you go at TAFE Institute website, that's what you'll find. Like, they talk about their internship or placements being practical. That's what they were for me. I did my placement in the city. It was a theater company where we did a marketing project, and that was so much fun. It wasn't taxing, it wasn't stressful, and it was less hours. I think I only did it for 3 weeks. It was less hours. Now let's go switch gears to uni. Now, uni was very expensive. Was I prepared for it? Definitely you prepare, but there are things that you prepare for before you leave your country, before you get here. And then when you get here, you actually just realize that you thought you were prepared, but you were not prepared. Myself, I wasn't prepared psychologically for how uni was expensive. So when I looked at how much I used to pay at TAFE, which was, like I said, it was 4,000 at the time, and then I go to uni and 4,000 is tuition fee for 2 subjects where I had 4. That's like double, or maybe even triple. 4,000 to 10 grand. That's like a $6,000 difference. So I wasn't prepared for that, and obviously it's actually amazing because the course I changed to was a bit cheaper. When I changed the course, I didn't change because of finances. I changed because I didn't have an interest in business anymore, and I felt like I had studied business like I thought I knew already what I was meant to know in business. So I wanted to do something I was passionate about, and that's why I changed my course to social work. It just so happens that social work was a was less expensive as opposed to business, and obviously courses like nursing are also a bit a bit pricey. So anyway, I found it expensive. That's one. Two, I had less time to socialize, so I just found uni, like the work-life balance. And I know I've done a couple of videos. You can check them out on my page. Done a couple of videos talking about my work-life balance at uni. It was really challenging, um, and so you always have to sacrifice something when you're at uni. It's a hard balance. You can get it because that's how you obviously keep your sanity, but it's a hard balance. So I always used to sacrifice a lot, and mostly I sacrificed my sleep because I wanted to work. I needed to make money, obviously, to pay my bills and support my parents and everything. I didn't want my parents to have to support me um, full time or all the time. So I had to work hard, and I had more than one job. I also had limited time to work, but when we were not in uni, I used to work a lot. So you know what? I sacrificed sleep. Sometimes I slept 3 hours. I sacrificed friends, or time to spend with friends as well. So it's things like that that I found, a bit tough at uni as compared to TAFE. Life was just, I was just cruising. Life was fun. I found there was more pressure. There was more pressure with assignments. There was more pressure with exams. And I mean, if you ask me, I prefer exams than assignment any day. But like I say, that's my preference. Most people would prefer to have assignments. They go home and do them. For myself, I loved being in that psychology class, doing that exam. It was 50%. I just used to do, actually, I did well in exams and I did in assessment. I just don't know why. That's probably another topic. um, but yeah, there were so many exams, there were so many assessments. I finished one, another is due in a week, and it was just back to back to back, and it was 4 years that felt like eternity. Now, not to scare anybody, but just to say that when I compare my life at college and at uni, it's like people at college, man, are having fun. Are having fun. But when you get to uni, is when you're like, yes, I am studying, or yes, I'm actually at school, or in school. So now the other difference is, like I said, with TAFE, there were when you go for placements or internship, which is pretty much unpaid work because all you're meant to get there is experience. I feel like students who go for placement should be paid, even if they're not going to be paid the minimum wage. At least they should get something. Um, anyway, that's a topic of another day. The locals are not paid. Sembuse, sisi. Sembuse, is that? I think it's a Swahili word meaning if the locals are not paid, um, what about us? Like, what are the chances? Anyway, um, yeah, the placements at uni, I did 1,000 hours. 1,000 hours are equivalent to 6 months. 6 months of unpaid work. Um, it doesn't. Right now, when I think about it, it's crazy. When I was there, every day I had, or every semester I had placements. I was, man, it's just hard. Like I'm talking about the balance, the work life balance. It was just hard because if you're going to work for 4 days a week without pay, and then you have to go to class because you're also having another or other two subjects you're doing alongside placements, then you have to work on the weekend because how will you survive? So when I had placements, I basically didn't have a life. I just survived. And actually, at that time, I felt like I lost connection with a lot of my friends that I had made at college because they just couldn't understand me. They couldn't relate with me. It's like, oh, so now she's never available. Now she doesn't have time for us. She doesn't come out to events. But people, they're not in that situation. I don't blame them. They cannot understand the journey. It's a bit different, unless they're going through the same thing themselves, unless they're at uni as well. you just lack that connection. It just happens, and it's normal, right? Now, I found more opportunities with scholarships at uni than I found at college or in TAFE. I just don't know why that's the case. What I think more scholarships were external. So let's say a certain so and so decides to donate to university to support a certain field or a certain discipline, maybe for research purposes or something like that. So there were many, very many scholarships at uni that was specifically for different disciplines. So you could see like maybe 10 scholarships for people studying in the health industry, right? Or like 5 scholarships for people doing, science and exercise. So it differed. But I didn't see those opportunities at TAFE. So that's the difference I can say. Yeah, but it's what I think, like I said, in Australia, it's not about a degree. It's not about how many degrees you got, PhD, masters. Um, it's actually about the experience. And I feel like you can equally get that experience at college, right? So you probably don't even need, it's not a must for you. I'm not saying don't go to uni, but I'm saying that you will find yourself even getting a good job with just your diploma, and then you can work towards getting to uni. So that's the advantage here. Back home, it's more, you need to have a degree, like bare minimum in Kenya right now. I think it's even masters if you're gonna get a good job that's paying well, because we look at the credential merit as opposed to experience, as opposed to what someone can bring in terms of experience. So that's the difference. I hope this helped. And if you have any more questions, just let me know in terms of like the pathway. But basically, that's what my experience was. Okay. So yeah, if you have any more questions, please feel free to send those to me. And until the next one, bye.